There was no massive stage, no LED walls worth millions, no choreography, countdowns, or visual overload. Yet the number kept rising. 10 million, 15 million, over 20 million people watching live. Jungkook was simply sitting there, talking, singing casually, being present. And that's the fact that matters. More than 20 million people chose to stay, not because they were promised spectacle, but because they trusted the person on screen. In today's entertainment landscape, this kind of moment is rare. Most platforms are built to fight for attention. Fast cuts, constant stimulation, visuals designed to prevent viewers from leaving. Silence is treated like failure. Stillness is edited out. But Jungkook's live broadcast moved in the opposite direction. It didn't demand attention, it held it. That's what makes this moment relevant, not romanticized. This wasn't about mystique or mythology. It was the result of a long-term relationship between an artist and his audience. Jungkook didn't appear as a product. He appeared as someone people already knew. Over the years with BTS, Jungkook built credibility not just through skill, but through consistency. He rarely over-explains himself. He doesn't rely on exaggerated personas or manufactured intimacy. When he sat in front of the camera without production layers, viewers weren't meeting a new version of him. They were seeing continuity. That context matters when we talk about the numbers. This wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a viral accident. It was accumulated trust showing up all at once. Midway through the live, something subtle became clear. There was no big moment being teased, no reveal on the horizon. People weren't watching to wait for something to happen. They were watching because they were already satisfied being there. And that realization changed the energy of the broadcast. Plenty of artists can attract clicks. Far fewer can sustain attention. Even fewer can do it without performance pressure. Jungkook didn't need to prove anything. He didn't need to escalate. He stayed where he was, and people stayed with him. From an industry perspective, this is a real case study. It challenges the idea that scale always requires production, that engagement must be engineered through excess, that presence alone isn't enough. In this case, it clearly was. That's why the argument about no stage misses the point. The stage already existed. It was built over years of consistency, discipline, and trust. The camera was just a window. Jungkook wasn't competing with anyone. He wasn't trying to redefine the industry. He was simply present, and the results spoke without commentary. Over 20 million live viewers isn't just an impressive metric. It's evidence that in a crowded digital space, people still respond to authenticity, to calm confidence, to someone who doesn't need to hide behind scale to be compelling. And maybe that's the real takeaway. In a culture constantly trying to be louder, faster, and bigger, quiet presence can still carry the most weight. If this perspective resonates with you, not as fan commentary, but as a reflection on media, attention, and modern performance, stay here, join the conversation, share your thoughts, and keep engaging, because sometimes the most powerful moments aren't the loudest ones. They're the ones that feel